So you look, a spouse absolutely can feel loved, but still feel emotionally invisible. Do you know your husband loves you? It's a question that I'll ask a lot in counseling, and the wives will say yes, and then I'll do a follow-up question. Do you know that you're special to them? And that's the catch.
Yeah.
Right? So many times our spouses will feel loved, most of the time, they'll feel loved, but they miss that they feel special to them, that they stand out above all the other people and things in their lives.
Yeah, and this episode is not just going to be for the wives, because like men need to feel special as well. And
Sure.
we're going to get into all of that. But I think there's a lot of husbands specifically out there, and probably wives too, who have no idea that there's a difference between being loved and being special.
True, yeah.
And they feel like, well, you know that I love you.
Yeah.
And so that should be enough. And I mean, let's be clear. It is. Like being loved and loving one another is enough. That is foundational for a healthy marriage. But if you want a connected, like thriving marriage, you've got to bring in this component.
Yeah, if you want to level it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we love the dog. We love the kids. we love our hobbies. We love this sports team, right? All those kind of things. So we throw around the word love a lot. But if you really want your marriage to thrive, if you want your spouse to feel like they stand out, they need to feel special. And so that's just what we're going to talk about.
I think it's funny that you threw the kids in there. You lumped the kids right in there with the dog. Girls, your daddy does love you. He does like really love you. But to that point, how easy is it? Now I will speak personally for myself. Come Christmas time, come birthdays, things like that, I have zero problems making sure my daughters know that they're special.
The daughters, son-in-laws,
All-
grandchildren,
all of them.
grandpuppies.
But I will, and like a little example of that is I will pay attention year round. I will listen in when they're saying, oh, I really wish I had one of these, or this is hard in my life and this may make it easier. I'm paying attention to those things.
Right.
So I can meet those needs, step into those needs, maybe buy those gifts that will be helpful because I'm really listening and I'm paying attention to their lives and to their struggles and to their desires, things like that. That's at level. The kids know, they all know I love them.
Sure.
But it's when they open that gift or when I come meet that need. When I know our daughter who lives in another city, when she's had a rough day, and I send her insomnia cookies, which is a warm cookie delivery service in her city, that's feeling special. That's not just going, oh, thanks for sharing your hard day with me. I heard about it. It's taking it that next step. And I know you tell a lot of couples to do that. It's like, what's the next step? Like, I love you and I can do this for you, but what's one thing higher?
Yeah.
What's one thing greater? That's that part of feeling special. It's feeling seen. It's feeling valued.
Sure. Do I matter?
Right.
Am I chosen? I chose you once, right?
Right.
I asked you to marry me. We're married, right?
I said I love you at the altar.
Yeah, of course I chose you, right? But are you a priority still?
Right. And that's the thing, like going back to the kids, we automatically do that with our children, but we don't automatically do that with our spouses. It's harder for me to sit in the daily grind with you and really tune in and pay attention to like, oh, I see him struggling here.
Sure.
Oh, he really needs to celebrate this. He's very happy about that because I'm in it with you and we go back and forth with like, here's your hard day. Here's my hard day. And so we just take those things for granted.
Right.
And they become part of our ordinary conversations.
Right.
And we're not taking opportunities to go, hey, we've got to pause on this because that was really great what you did today. Or that was a really hard day. Why don't you go do this and take some time or take what you need?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because look, love helps to create security.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So there's security in our connection. So knowing that we're loved, okay, that feels good. There's future in that. Feeling special creates deeper connection.
Yes. That's the difference.
There's the difference there.
Well, I know I'm just full of the examples today because this is a big deal. And this episode's going to sound a little extra. Like, oh, okay, are these things really necessary? I don't know. Who has the time for all this?
Sure.
Well, we need to be making time for this because it does matter. But I can say for you, I absolutely know out of your love for me that I could ask you to do anything for me. I could tell you, I need your help with this, or can you do this? You will absolutely do it. Cleaning the house, I could say, hey, babe, do you mind doing this? You are going to do it.
True story. I'm extremely helpful.
You are extremely helpful. But because I know you love me, I know you'll meet those needs and you'll be there for me, which is fantastic. But if you notice me being stressed out, if you notice the house needing something fixed or something cleaned up, and you don't wait for me to tell you, and you just go, hey, I'm cueing into what's happening here. I see my wife's stress level. I see that the house is a mess. I see how the kids are behaving. I know she's had this hard day, whatever it is. And without her asking, I'm going to step in and do it because I've seen her. Whoo, that is a level up.
Yeah.
That is feeling special. That is a whole different level, a whole different layer of love.
Well, and I think we need to be extra with our spouse.
We do.
I think that is absolutely missing. You talking about the routine, it's like, oh, okay, it's the humdrum. We don't see some of these things like you said, because that's just that's what you deal with, and so that's just part of your grind, right? But I guess another example, if our parents are, like having an issue, right? It's not uncommon for us to hear that a spouse would, oh, hey, honey, my parents are needing this, and so I think we need to send them this money. Or I know my parents are dealing with this kind of thing, so I need to go over the house and I need to, right? So we're picking it up with our parents.
Right. And our children.
And our children. And I think we're
and even friends. Friends, coworkers,
neighbors. Oh yeah, Toby down the block I could see him that he was trying to get this done, and Toby, he's not that good at that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go over there and help him.
Toby.
I don't know.
I'm sorry if your name is Toby. I just found that funny. That's the name, not like John or anything. Toby. I don't know why I'm so amused by that.
I don't know
Toby.
Either. Sorry,
Toby, we would help
all the
you.
Tobys out there that we just alienated.
Right.
I apologize.
We would help you, Toby. No, but you're right. We would do these things for others, but I think we take one another in our marriages for granted.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think that's probably the way that we put it. It doesn't even need to be extra. We need to just stop taking each other for granted.
Right.
And just moving along like, oh, they're going to be okay.
Right.
They're going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm used to you having hard days. I'm used to you being overwhelmed by the children and the house. And so I'll just listen to you vent, and then I'll just wait for you to get over it because this is what you do all the time.
Yeah, I'll just wait you out.
Right.
Which in of itself doesn't feel very loving. Certainly doesn't feel like you find them special. And so, well, here's some of the definitions. I guess let's talk about the definitions. So just feeling loved. So there's safety, commitment, faithfulness, and fidelity, right? The dictionary, the worldly, is an intense feeling of deep emotion. Now we know biblically, love is a choice of actions to take,
right?
And it's a command. So,
in addition to the feeling,
yeah, absolutely. And so, but if we choose to take those actions, then our love is displayed a lot more clearly to our spouse. We'll get there. Okay, feeling special, right? To delight, choose, to intentionally pursue. We did this when we're dating.
Yep.
Did this when we're dating. Yep. And then we just, now that I caught you, right?
I don't need to work for it anymore.
So the dictionary again, better, greater, or otherwise different from what is usual. So look, we want to, above all others. A lot of the marriage vows may have had forsaking all others.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to throw off all these other people. You're first. If you have a need, if you want my attention, everybody else, they're gone, and I'm the spotlight's just on you.
Yeah,
we vowed that, some of us, right?
You should have vowed that.
Should have vowed that. So it's instead of I do it versus I want to do it.
Yes.
I want to be there. That's where we're looking at that, because out of love, there's absolutely a lot of things that I don't want to say obligated.
I was going to
but,
say obligatory. Yeah.
Sure. Versus you're special because I desire.
Right. I still want to do
Yeah, I
these
want to do
things.
this, and I want you to know that I want to do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're looking at. So you look, a spouse absolutely can feel loved, but still feel emotionally invisible. One of the biggest complaints that couples have is that my spouse doesn't have my back. Well, if we're not taking that extra thing,
Yeah, and that's husband
extra.
and wife. Husband and wives both agree on that. I think, and this was years ago, like over 40% of couples, that's like the number one complaint is I don't feel like my spouse has my back.
Right. They love you.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, do they have my back?
Yeah, when it's me versus his mom, when it's me versus
that's a good
church,
one.
when it's me versus her friends, when it's me versus his job.
Right. Versus the phone.
Yeah. Oh.
Versus device. Yeah. Step on little toes. But I choose you again and again and again. I want to. I desire to choose you again and again.
Yeah. And even, since you brought up the phone, it just makes me think like, whenever you go out, you see couples, like when you go out to eat.
Oh, I hate this.
They always have the phone out. They're rarely talking to each other, but even when they are, usually what you'll see is the husband and wife or whatever relationship, dating, whatever, and the phone will be there on the table. Now, they may not be looking at the phone, but just the presence. I love you can be, I love you, I'm putting down my phone. You're special, I'm putting away my phone. Because when the phone's on the table, it says, I love you and I'm here right now. But if that little thing beeps, they now have my attention. I love you, I'm with you, but I'm available at any given moment to them.
Yeah.
But taking that phone, turning it on silent, putting it away, that says you are special and I am protecting this time because I value you.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, the protecting the time.
Yeah.
That's so great. I was thinking, because I'm jumping a little ahead kind of, just that idea of attunement. You were mentioning that, hey, are you attuning to my needs? Do you see, just not waiting for me to ask you, but are you seeing that I have a need? So when we put our phone down on the table, I love you because I put my phone down so I can focus on you for now, but I'm going to attune to my phone.
Yeah.
And if my phone has a need, if my phone makes a noise or vibrates or whatever it is, I'm going to attune to it and forsake you in that moment.
Gosh, man. I hope somebody is hearing that. Like, I hope somebody is hearing that because that is a big deal. And, you're speaking of attunement. There are so many of us, myself included, where we didn't get that kind of attunement from a parent, from a guardian.
True.
And so when you're in marriage, it's like a lot of us have grown up going, I got to look out for myself.
Yeah.
I've got to meet my own needs because somebody didn't have my back.
Sadly.
Or the people that were supposed to actually caused harm in my life. And so I'm operating out of this hypervigilance. To where I've got to stay on top of everything. I've got to look out for my own self. And if you enter in going, phones away, I'm paying attention to your needs, I'm stepping into that, now you are just healing this deep part of my brain that has been so wounded.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty of something as simple as putting my phone away.
Wow.
As of noticing the house is a mess, my wife is overwhelmed, let me go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
That starts teaching me, and this is exactly what's happened for us. Like, it is so good to know that you have my back in everything. That you don't just love me, you see me, and you will take the extra steps. It's like, I can't even tell you the amount of healing that has brought.
Yeah.
To me, I did not mean to go here. But it is so true, and it seems so simple and over the top. And do we really need to do that? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you really need to do this stuff because it can bring healing to the soul of your spouse.
Yeah.
That's you working with Jesus to bind up a broken heart.
Amen.
That is beautiful.
That is a beautiful picture. Yeah, I think Jesus it says, "I've come to bind up the broken heart and set the captive free." If we're to become made more in the image of Christ, why wouldn't we want to be part of the binding up the
Yeah.
broken heart? There's a reason that God put you two together. It should be a good reason, a growth reason, a healing reason. Your job's not to heal your spouse, but we
No.
can set the stage.
And we can be part of it.
We can be part of it. We're the hands and feet of God. Right? But wouldn't you want to be part of that? Wouldn't
Yeah.
you want to be part of what God's up to? That I do. I
Yeah.
want to be part of what God's up to. So, look, some of the ways that we'll unknowingly neglect our spouse with the phone, for example.
Yeah, and most people aren't doing that on
No.
purpose.
Yeah.
We're not seeing all these needs and going, well, I'm not going to do that. Some of you may be, and that's
yeah.
a whole different episode. And go start binging our podcast because we talk about all that. But we get that most of you are not intentionally harming your spouse, neglecting your spouse, or just like you're caught in the mundane, you're caught in your routine, and you're not thinking.
Yeah, that's a great point, because that's the whole point of the question. The whole point of the question is to be able to gain a perspective of, well, I've been telling my spouse I love them. I've been trying to show them that I love them.
And why isn't that enough?
And why isn't something's not clicking? Something's right. This is what's not clicking.
Yeah.
If there's something off, it could very well be this.
Yes, and so many, like in defense of husbands out there, so many of you are going, I'm working, I'm paying all these bills, I'm doing all this stuff.
I'm working extra.
Yes,
I'm
for
taking extra
you.
shifts, or I'm working overtime.
Yes, I tell you I love you all the time. I'll do whatever you ask me to do.
Yeah.
Which, like, that was a hang up for us.
Sure.
And those are great things. And wives, like, we could have a conversation about you needing to receive that, and we will in a second here. But this is the difference.
Right.
This is the difference. And so you really are going, hey, I'm loving you. Here's the list of all the ways I'm loving you.
Right.
But here's why that may not feel like it's enough, or why your wife may feel like, I know, but.
Right. Work smarter, not harder. That's what we're trying to help you do.
Yeah.
Right? It's not necessarily having to do more, be extra, but do more in the right or the areas that can have the best chance of a better result.
Yeah. Well, because I know we've had tons of conversations where it's like, I'd like you to do this. And then you would list off, but I've done this. And I'm thinking,
True.
yeah, but you did all those,
true.
but you didn't do the one thing I really asked or
Right.
really needed you to do.
And then I got defensive. Oh,
Yeah,
you
like-
don't even care that I did all this. Yeah.
No, and that's what happens. And so that's common, but it doesn't make what you did bad.
Right.
It doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it not enough. But here's where the missing link is.
Yeah.
This is the missing link. And some of the ways we unintentionally do this wrong, I know that's a strong word, is we make assumptions.
Sure.
We make assumptions, going back to what we said,
Yeah.
kind of, I told you I loved you at the altar. So I'm assuming you know that.
Of course
and I'm
they know.
assuming you know these things.
We hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Of course they know that, you know. Well, do they know that this is why you're doing that? Is because you wanted to take
Right.
care? Oh, yeah, I'm sure they did.
Do they know you're working overtime because you want to make sure you have enough money for Christmas or for whatever this extra thing is, or to put away for a vacation? You've got to express those things. The why I'm doing these things.
Yeah, else it'll feel absent.
Yeah.
Right, it'll feel absent. So that's a great one. So and also just the practical care. This is probably more for guys, but practical care will replace emotional presence. Like, well, I'm taking care of the house. I'm trying to fix this. I got the project. And look, guys will say, well, if I don't get this project done, she's just going to be on me for having these things that are undone and all. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if she understands that that's why you're doing that project and understands that, hey, I want to be with you and those kind of things, then, or I'd rather be with you, but I also want to take care of this because of you, right? Those kind of things. If we just kind of just bridge the gap.
Yeah. And even saying, if you're running behind, I want to get this done because I know
Yeah.
it's a big deal to you, but I got, sidetracked at work. I had this happen, or this is why I can't do that. And it bothers me because I want to be able to do this for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I guess caring for your spouse isn't the same as connecting with your spouse.
Right.
Right. This is a better example. So if your spouse is one like mine, who when they're not feeling well, wants to have kind of a presence, right? Wants
All
to
the
have
attention.
a caretaking,
All the
right?
attention. Christopher!
Yeah.
Christopher!
So, well, if I've got you stuff to drink, I've got you stuff to eat, I've gotten you your heat pad, I've got you an ice pack, right? I'm taking care of you. I've gotten you all the things. Well, okay, then we're a nurse. And God bless the nurses.
Right,
Thank
right.
you,
And some spouses may want that.
Uh-huh.
You want that. Just give me the stuff and leave me alone. Let me watch a man
remote.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But you really want my presence. It's kind of like, yeah, thanks for giving me that, but I'd much rather you be in the room with me. Hey, can you bring your laptop?
Don't judge me for this. Do not judge me for this. It's what I need.
Well, it's like, I know you're doing work, but could you do the work in here? Could you,
Yeah.
if are you reading something, could you read in here? Could you do or your laptop with me? I'm sure that, because for me, that would bug me. Why would you? No.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. So
I know.
those are the kind of things as far as just being present in the way that they appreciate.
Yeah.
But find out what it is that they appreciate.
Right. And you have to talk about that stuff.
And along those lines, as far as that, we'll give our best efforts to other things than our spouse, and our spouse will end up getting the scraps because we just assume that they know. They assume that they know why we're doing that.
Take them for granted out of our love.
Yeah.
So it's not always bad. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
there.
that's okay. But our spouse will get the leftovers. They'll get the leftovers from work, from the kids, from from ministry.
Hobbies. Yeah, ministry.
Hobbies, right? And then so whatever scraps, and it's not unheard of for that spouses will say, they'll get in the bed and they're like, hey, we didn't even kiss today.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we didn't even connect at all today.
Yeah.
So I guess it's that routine kind of thing, and
It is. It's not ill intended. But so let's talk about. So this is very great, Jamie and Chris. But so what do we do? What are some of those ways? And we did talk about some of them, but let's talk about some practical things. And I think as a wife, I'm going to go over some for the husband. And then I'm going to let you share for the wives.
Sure.
And these may be very big to your husband. And this is great if you can listen to this episode together. But if not, ask him about these things. Ask one another about these things.
Hey, we just wanted to interrupt for a second. And if you've been enjoying this episode or any of our podcast, we'd really love it if you'd give us a like or subscribe or even give it a comment, because it really helps us get the message out there to other couples looking for godly advice just like you.
But for husbands, a good way to make them feel special, because yes, they want to feel special too. And it's to letting them know that you're my choice. And to verbally out loud letting them know, I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you in this, and I'm so glad that I get to do life with you. You are my best friend, and you are so dependable, and I appreciate that, and I feel so safe with you.
Yeah.
Saying things like that let them know you're my choice, and here's why.
Yeah.
Here's why. That's a big deal. And your husbands and the husbands are going to feel more special when they feel chosen and when they feel respected. And we know the whole love and respect deal, and that's a big deal. Women want to feel respected as well, but husbands don't want to feel just needed. It's like, well, she needs me to fix the stuff in the house or to do whatever, or to put gas in the car.
Oil changes.
But it's no, I choose you to do all those things for me. No, I choose you.
You were my choice to get the oil change and gas in the car.
That's right.
And while you're at it, can you get the tires rotated?
That's exactly it. No, but it really is. I don't just need you to do these things, but I'm glad that it's you that gets to help me like that. I'm glad that it is you, and you're not just needed as a man in my life.
Right.
You're desired as the man in my life.
That's probably that probably helps to bridge that over, right? You're the man. Look at you taking care of me. Look at you providing for me.
Yeah.
Look at you stepping up and knocking that out and making sure that I don't have to be burdened with those things.
Yeah, so we need to be verbalizing that as wives. And also, men like us to notice what they're carrying.
Yeah.
They want us to see that, I see how hard you've been working this week. I see all the extra work you're doing to get this project done. That matters to me, that you're a man of integrity and that I know this week has been hard for you. and I know that this has been stressful.
Yeah.
The acknowledgement of, I see how hard you're working.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, that is true, because that's one of those things is usually the defensiveess. It's, well, I've been working hard. I've been doing that. And to a lot of guys, they don't necessarily need the parade.
Right.
We'll appreciate
They'll
it.
take a parade.
We'll take it. But when we feel like it's being overlooked or neglected or downplayed, that's usually when you'll hear us step up and use that
Yeah.
as a defensive kind of thing.
Yes.
So when you bring that out, most of the time we'll probably downplay it. We'll probably just try to shake it off. Yeah, well, no, I know. I'm just looking.
But
Inside, though, she
Yes.
sees me.
Yes, and I think I think husbands also want to know that they're irreplaceable.
Yeah.
That she doesn't just need a man for all this stuff. She needs me.
Yeah.
She desires me, and I'm the man that she wants. And
I'm her man.
Yes, yes. And then another one is for wives to protect the dignity of your husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is, if you've got a disagreement with him, don't do it. Don't do it in front of the kids. Don't put your husband down in front of the children. That just kind of casts him aside. Don't do it in public. Disagree privately. Respect him enough to have those conversations privately. And on the flip side of that is talk well, speak well about him publicly. Go out of your way to say, my husband is great at this. Chris is really good at doing this, or I love that he does that. Make it a habit of speaking out, praising your husband publicly. He doesn't even have to be there for that to be a good thing, but for him to be there and to hear, my wife is proud of me and she just told people.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And also there's a certain element where that our wife will tell another wife something who will then tell her husband, kind of a little bit of a complaint.
Chris does this for Jamie.
Yeah. And then the husband gets back to me going, dude, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? So step up.
Yeah.
Step up, dude.
You should be doing it.
Yeah. Why aren't you doing that? Let's raise the level.
Yeah. And that's what it is. I think men it really fuels them to know that their wife is for them.
Yeah.
That they're proud of them, that they appreciate them, and that they're for him. And here, now I'm going to circle back to what we were talking about before, but it's receiving him. Let his efforts land. When he does do those things, and even when he feels the need to say, but I've done this, I've done that, I've done all this, let that land and acknowledge that. It's like, yes, baby, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you're doing all these things, and let them know, because there are one of the most common things I would say that we will hear from couples is it's never enough. Especially from the husbands. This is one of their things.
My best isn't good enough.
Yeah, no, and this is where husbands will give up and they will just quit trying. That's what most husbands will do. They will retreat if they feel like, what, I'm doing all this stuff and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Because sometimes on the other side of that is criticism, which that's its own issue, but sometimes it's just a lack of receiving or seeing that, I did do that thing you asked me to do for the last month. And you don't even care.
Yeah, you asked me to do this. I've been doing it. You haven't acknowledged it. In fact, you say I'm still not doing it. So why bother?
Or I do all this stuff, and now you give me another complaint, and I'm just supposed to keep jumping through these hoops, and it's never appreciated.
Yeah.
That is a very common issue, and that can be avoided by just letting their efforts land with you.
Yeah, the bar keeps getting raised.
Yes.
And so now I just don't feel like I'll ever be able to achieve it. I was just thinking, though, so if you let those lay in, too, here's a conflict tip. If your spouse, your husband, is saying, but I do this, and I did this, and I've done this, if you let that land and you acknowledge it, I don't want to say this is going to come out kind of wrong, but you will certainly take some wind out of the sails of the conflict.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
If you're like, wow, you know what? I haven't been noticing that. And you're right. You have been doing that. And thank you. Thanks for taking care of it. You think you're going to have conflict?
Yeah. Now they don't know what to do. You've just thrown them.
Right. Then now you can step back into a discussion and try to get to the heart of the matter instead of now spinning off on all this defensive trails that we just went down.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I was going to say, I'm realizing, like, this definitely goes both ways. is to say the thing now. Don't wait. Don't keep things in your head. If you see them doing
I'm bad at that.
a good job, if you see them doing something that you appreciate, and for husbands, because Chris will be like this. I'm like, oh, but do you like my new shirt or do you like this? Oh, I was going to say that.
Been
I
working
was
on
going to
that.
tell you that. That's just like a deflated balloon right there. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now,
It's not special anymore.
It's not special
If
anymore.
I had to bring it up, it's not special.
Yes, and so he's had to, like he's saying, personally work on, if I'm thinking it, let it come out of my mouth. And so because when you share it later, it kind of dulls the impact.
Yeah.
It
I was going to say that.
Yes, and it's like, well,
But you
were
didn't.
you though?
But you didn't.
Right, you didn't, and because you didn't, it's because you don't like my shirt enough.
Right.
Because you don't think whatever. So, but that one goes, I think, both ways.
There's a little insight to earlier conversations.
Right. But really, let things come out of your mouth and write it out and share it. Just share it.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the things that husbands could do for their wives.
Yeah, your turn.
Because, how we could step it up. Be curious about her inner world. Right? So
It's a scary place in there. I get it. It's scary.
well, I think a lot of husbands do get worried about that because there's uncertainty. When there's uncertainty about the outcome, that is the definition of vulnerability. We don't like to feel vulnerable. So we're not certain. We usually aren't going to open the door to places where we're going to feel vulnerable heading into.
Right. Or places that might result in an hour-long conversation.
Exactly.
If we're honest.
That's part of that. So, but when you do ask questions, please try not to fix, right? So ask questions of your wife out of curiosity. Try not to fix.
Yeah.
Try just to gain it in. Try to find out, well, how did you feel about that?
Yes.
Right? How did that make
Yes.
you feel?
Talk about our heart and our
Yes.
feelings, our emotions, because we need to share those.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those things, and when we're talking about the inner world, this might help. I guess we'll do this at church. Hey, how are you doing? Fine, I'm fine. Okay, that's okay when you're just passing somebody in the hall. It's not great, but it's okay if you're just passing somebody in the hall and really don't have time for a conversation. It's not great, and it's not fine to do it with your spouse. So when you ask your wife, men, how are you doing? I'm fine. How was your day? Okay. I'm not just somebody you're passing by.
Yeah.
It's like, no. How are you really doing?
Yeah.
How are you really doing? This is me you're talking to. I really want to know, right? That's the messaging that we're trying to bring across is you're worth my time and my focus because I really want to know because it really does matter to me.
Yeah. And I would add on to that, when you do ask and the answer is like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, or it's been a great day, I would say stay there. Lean into that. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, babe, what's going on?
Yeah.
Or that's so great. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, even if they haven't entered into how the things have. Well, what's been heavy for you lately?
Right.
What's been a struggle for you, or what's been going on with you? Let me know, because women will often feel special when they feel known.
Yes.
And
100%.
That's part of the journey of two of us becoming one flesh. How do we become one flesh with somebody that we don't know?
Right.
Or that we only know so much.
Surface level.
Right. And that's just our spouse. This is nothing surface should be with our spouse. Because I was going to say, because if you're going to keep the discussion surface, then you should keep everything else surface.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works out.
That is how it works. And if you're right, that's a different episode. Talking about sexless marriages. Okay, initiate, men. You got to initiate. Don't wait for them to bring things up. And they've probably. Well, look, your wife has probably said things like, if I didn't start the conversations, we'd never talk. If I didn't do this, we'd never. If I didn't plan our date nights, if I did, and you know what?
Yeah.
They're right.
Yeah.
In a lot of the cases, and if you're one of the husbands who are doing this, good for you.
Yes.
Good for you. But most of us, no, they're probably right.
Yeah, they're sitting back, letting their wives handle all the things and lead the marriage.
Or at least lead in those areas because you've abdicated.
Right.
You've given up. So
I'm so glad you're saying all this stuff.
look, men,
Yeah.
men, godly men, men of God, step up. Be men of God. Don't just say I'm a man of God.
Yeah.
Be a man of God. Right? So step up. Initiate your time with them. Initiate conversation. If you don't know what to say, we've got resources. We've got things, questions you can ask that won't blow up in your face, right? Initiate prayer. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, instead of trying to fix after you've found out about your wife's challenges and how she's feeling, that might be a place. Well, you know what? Why don't we pray about this?
Yeah.
Why don't we go to the Lord with that? Hey, it's the end of the night. It's in the morning. Let's pray.
Yeah.
Let's pray.
Yeah.
Initiate.
You're talking about a minute of your time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Initiate affection. Non-sexual affection. Right? Just to hold hands, just to rub someone's shoulders, just to a gentle touch, whatever it is, just to say, hey, you and I have a connection that nobody else shares. And I'm going to initiate that. I'm going to be part of the one who says that I appreciate that. Because initiation says, you matter enough for me to move towards you.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. So we're talking about initiating, being present. We talked about that. Men, be present with our wives. Put the phone away. Turn it off. Do not disturb. Leave them in another room. Whatever you need to do. Men, you cannot multitask. This is not Chris saying this. Is not Jamie saying this. This is what scientific research, smart people, neuroscientists have said. You cannot multitask.
Yeah, we weren't designed for that.
No, you can do A or B, but you can't do A and B at the same time. It's an A, B, A, B, A, B. I'm listening, but if I look at my phone, I'm not listening at that second. I'm looking at my phone. Or for that split second, whatever it is. Women, you are blessed. You have some multitasking capabilities. Your brain can run parallel processes like that. Men, we just can't. We can't. It's okay. So listen without multitasking. Say, you are the person that's important to me right now. What you're saying is what's important to me right now. I want to hear that. Again, you are worthy of my time. That the only resource that really I can give you that nobody else can give you.
That's true.
Is my time. So presence communicates priority. And priority feels special.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And I guess last thing, affirm who she is.
Yeah.
Right? As much as we like to be affirmed for what we've done and hear the appreciation and all that, affirm who she is. Not just what she does, not to, but that's nice too. That, hey, you took care of this, or you did this, or thanks for cleaning this up for me, or thanks for finding my keys for me, right? Whatever it is. So those are things that are great, but admire her heart.
Yeah.
Admire her heart.
Yeah.
And maybe the something about like, I love the way that you care for me. I love who you are.
You are such a great mom.
Yeah.
You are a great wife.
I
love the way you love me.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Yeah,
they're
just rolling off the tongue now.
No. Hey, if these are things, these are tips. If these are things you want to hear, because that's what we want. We want for you to our wives to hear the things that matter to them. And so it's like, hey, you know what? I really like you. I don't just love you. I really like you. I like being with you. I like our time together. I like that you laugh at my stupid jokes and you appreciate those kind of things, right? So those are the ideas of how husbands can right the ship, so to speak, and how we can step it up and some working smarter, not harder. Because think about this as more of a Christ-centered perspective. Let's look at a biblical framework. We're not just. I'm grabbing my Bible. We're not just considered, to be loved by God. I mean, if we're, just looking at a couple references in 1 John 4 at 7, it starts off with, beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. Verse 11, beloved, if God so loved us, we ought to love one another, right? Beloved.
Yeah.
You are my beloved.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't just someone saying, hey, the people that I love.
You.
Yeah, you are a special people. And those are just two references that are in there. So God doesn't just say that he just loves. He says that you were deeply loved. We're held in a very special way. He chose us. And he didn't just choose us. He demonstrated his love through sacrifice. right? So through what so he showed that in a way that hopefully none of us will ever have to do that. But we're certainly, if I guess maybe conveying that message that if we needed to, we would.
Yes.
If we needed
Yeah.
to, we
Yeah.
would. And a lot of husbands, I think, will say, "Look, I'd die for my wife." Okay, well, then maybe that which is great, but then ask her how she's feeling.
Right. Right. Yeah. Make sure you're living well with her now
Yeah.
while you're alive. Do something with the life that you're saying you would give for
Right.
her.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ
Yeah.
loved the church, giving himself sacrificially.
Right. Right.
Romans 12:10. Love one another with brotherly affection. Well, maybe amp that up.
Yeah. Well, that's required in marriage too.
It is. It is. It is very important to be friends. Outdo one another in showing honor. So there's a lot of ways that, Song of Songs 2:3, as an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. With great delight, I sat in his shadow, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. Right? So, guys, this is just a sampling because we're trying to wrap it up for you. We're trying to drive this home. But it just shows that how we're delighted in, how God delights us, and then how we're supposed to delight in one another. We're chosen, we're enjoyed, we're cherished.
Beyond the obligation of loving one another in marriage, beyond just that call, it's bringing that you are chosen, I enjoy you, you are cherished, and it's you that I want.
Yes.
No other man or woman would ever do.
No, yes.
It's you.
Right.
That's what we all want to know to walk securely in our marriage, because love will anchor us down. It absolutely is the anchor, but that intentional choosing, that intentionality of I want you to feel special, it's a whole other level.
Levels it up.
Yes, it does. And so love can exist without it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have that connection and that specialness without it.
Yes.
And that's what we're going for, because your marriage is going to thrive when you have two spouses that it goes beyond, do we know that we love each other? And it's, how can I remind them that they are chosen by me today?
Yes.
That's the place we want to be at. It's just going that one extra level, that extra action of love. And so to wrap this up, I mean, we're getting there,
Land this plane.
Yes, like you don't need all these grand gestures. This isn't about, I booked us a week vacation here and I've done all these extravagant things.
Hey, don't let us stop you being overachievers.
No, that's right.
Be an overachiever.
Go do it. But it is about like the intentionality of, you know what, I'm going to notice you today.
Yeah.
And we're talking like share one extra sentence with your spouse. Ask them one extra question.
Yes.
Explain your heart behind things. If you're the husband doing all this work for a special thing, say that out loud. Give them your attention, give them your focus, give them your full presence when you are in front of them.
Yeah.
Not your presence with your phone in your hand or the game in the background or, the children underfoot where the husband knows, well, you're not even paying attention. You're talking with the kids right now. And so you want to be able to do these little things, these tangible things in your marriage. And it's going to make a massive difference. Massive difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to help you along that way, let us take it to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we are so grateful that you have chosen us and we are your beloved and we're cherished by you and that you delight in us. And Father, we just pray that you'll just help in our marriages for us to show that type of love, that type of cherishing to one another. Allow all that to come through us, to be received by us, but also to overflow to one another, to allow for each other to know that we come first, that we have a priority in each other's hearts and in lives. And Father, let us do that in such a way that it honors you by the things we say, the things we do, by our witness of how other people see us and can see that love in action taking place, to be able to show that, hey, this is what marriage looks like or should look like. And it's in the mighty name of Jesus that we pray. Amen.
All right. So one other thing, don't go yet, because we want to share two things with you. One of them is we have something free for you at the end of this that I'm going to share about, and it's a great way you can practically put all of this into motion. One little thing that you can do. But also, one of the things we want to do, I thought it would be fun to start sharing some of the things that we've been enjoying.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in our marriage and in our daily lives. Like, this is going to be a product recommendation or a game we're playing or something it is. We're going to start real simple, and this is when we are big chai tea drinkers. Him especially.
I'm a chai guy.
You are a chai guy. But we actually have a couple that we know. This is their brand of chai. They make this, and it is it's organic. It's fresh pressed ginger. It's craft brewed black tea.
Yeah.
And it's like the real deal stuff.
It's spicy. It's got a kick.
Yes, and it's really good. It's called Bhakti Chai. We're gonna put a link for it because you know what? It would be great if you could have some. We'll call them chai chats.
I love it.
You can sit down in the morning and create time to go, hey, I'm before you, face to face. Let's talk about some things. And you can do so over a cup of nice, yummy chai.
Yeah,
So
chai
that's
chats.
fun. So
I
go
love
get
that.
yourself some Bhakti chai. Go support this couple who we adore, and that would be really, really special. But also, before that, we have a free download for you. It's called the 60-Second Blessing. It's going to have all the full instructions on there, so I won't get into it. But it really is about taking a literal 60 seconds, and it's got a whole list of ideas of you just speaking like a blessing over your spouse.
Yes.
And it's your own material. We just give you the question or the topic.
Just prompts, yeah.
To share the prompts. There you go. But that is free. That's going to be in our show notes. So go grab that.
You could do that during chai time.
Chai chats.
Chai chats.
There we go.
Chai chats.
And so that's it. So just remember, love will keep you married, but feeling special is what's going to keep you connected. And both of those things are worth practicing. Go have a good week.